Well, as if I didn't know already, that will be you on the end of the line. We welcome for the first time in 2023 a big happy new year to Rita. Hello, good morning.
Hi, Happy New Year. Good morning to you too.
Yeah, indeed. How are you? In a nice, bright, shiny new office and looking very splendiferous, if I can say splendiferous and get away with it.
Wonderful.
So, how was your Christmas and New Year? Okay?
Yeah, it was awesome. When you've got three little kids, Christmas is always magical. There were moments, there was an enchanted light trail and three boys. One of them ended up finding a tree lit up and
Right.
yeah, using the natural facilities on show for everyone to see. So there were moments, but it was a
Yeah,
good
yeah, yeah,
Christmas.
yeah. I know what you're saying. Yes, good, 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 good. All right. Well, look, if you're maybe like a lot of people, maybe Christmas and New Year, the holiday that surrounds that, maybe that's the thing that gives people that chance to just wind down and just let things go, and just have a good time, and just maybe forget about things that are driving them potty. Which, let's be fair, there's more than enough of that at the minute. So, do you have a particular plan? Do you have a special way of getting people back into the drive and the force that they need to carry on for New Year? Or is it just a progression of the previous year and just building on that?
I think it depends how you treat the Christmas New Year itself. So in terms of obviously health and body, it depends if you've spent Christmas and New Year almost keeping something in the swing of things before going into January. So for instance, things like doing exercise every day, even if it's like a 30-minute walk or a swim or some yoga, doing something every day so that your body continues to move, whether it's things like making sure you're getting your 8 hours of sleep every day. There are certain things that I work with my clients on over Christmas to make sure that when we come to today, it's a relatively simple transition, because most people probably went, right, it's Christmas, I'm just going to binge on as much as I possibly can. Now it's January, I've got an extra 5 to 10 pounds to lose. Whereas most of my clients stay the same or lose weight because we just make very, very simple changes. They still get to enjoy themselves. Don't get me wrong. We've all had Yule logs and Baileys and various different things, but it's about not just being all in or all out. That tends to be the mentality at this time of year.
Yeah.
Christmas, everyone's all out. And then January, everyone's all in.
Mm-hmm.
And the all in mentality can only last for about 6, 8, 10 weeks max before you get completely sort of overwhelmed and tired of it. So 95% of people give up on their New Year's resolutions by mid-March. So that's what the 10 week mark. So when you're all in, it doesn't tend to work long term, which is why people stay on the cycle of sort of diets and up, down, up, down. So really getting into January means not getting out of it in December, if that makes sense.
All right. Yeah. So it's a scale back, but then relaunch in a way.
Yeah. I have eaten foods that I wouldn't normally every month of the year, but equally I've been at the gym every day apart from Christmas Day. So it's about finding a balance, what matters more to you. So people go to me, do you exercise because you love it? No, I exercise because I enjoy food. I exercise so that I can eat the food that I want and, not become sort of out of shape in myself. Yeah. Yes, I enjoy the benefits of exercise.
Yeah.
But you'd be hard pushed to find anyone who truthfully says, I love going to the gym and killing myself. Most people love the benefits of it, not the actual process.
Okay. Well, today is quite strange, actually. You're here. International Mind, Body and Wellness Day. Now, that's kind of weird that we should be back on the air on this Tuesday, and that is the day where those are the kind of things that you focus on, and it probably varies from person to person, to be perfectly honest. It's always been said, and I'm no role model for this, as you can see, is a healthy mind, a healthy body. Is that always the case?
Pretty much, in my opinion, a healthy mind is what leads to a healthy body, in the sense that nobody has put on weight or has a body that is out of shape because they're in a really good place. So there are some exceptions. Obviously, I'm not going to sit here and say, just be calm and peaceful and you'll never get heart disease or you'll never get dementia. Or there are all sorts of things that obviously, you know, we can't necessarily influence by eating kale and beetroot, but we can help our body be in the best possible state. And the thing is, if you don't have a healthy mind, then you're not going to make the choices that lead to a healthy body. So the body is secondary. You know, whenever I help people lose weight, we lose weight without thinking about losing weight. That's not our main focus. Our main focus is the mind and the emotion and changing the beliefs and behaviors.
Yeah.
So I'm a complete believer that healthy mind definitely equals healthy body.
Okay. All right. So your mind is pristine then? Is that what you're saying?
There is no mind that is pristine. Every mind has work to do. I would be hard pressed to find anyone who didn't have work to do, because if you didn't, there's nowhere to grow. The whole point of life is to every day keep growing. So that, you know, today there's going to be a lot of people who will be in the right, it's New Year's resolutions mode, and a lot of people who will be going, oh, I can't believe I've put on this much weight over December. And there will be two different mentalities happening. Both of them have spaces to grow. Someone who says they're in a low space because maybe they've put on quite a bit of weight over December, what they need to focus on right now is, okay, why do I want to change what I'm doing? What is my why? Why am I bothering? Because losing weight or being healthy or being fit or being toned is a really boring, superficial reason to, you know, go to the gym or eat well. No one really long term is ever going to remain healthy just because they want to be toned. We want to be toned or slim or whatever it is for something else, whether it's for our kids, for our spouse, for travel, to be able to run a marathon, to do a triathlon, to fit into the jeans we had when we were 20. I don't know. But everyone's got a why, which is deeper. So I would always say to people who are in a sort of slightly low state, right, ask yourself why 5 times, because each time you ask, you get a bit deeper into the reason until you find the true core of why you're doing what you're doing.
So it won't be the same answer then. The fact you answer 5 questions, there's 5 same questions, so you're going to get a different answer. It's a bit like something I said to people all the time. If they go back to when they were like 12, 10, 12, something like that, and somebody was to say to them, "What is old?" they might come up with 20 or 25 or something like that. You ask them when they're 30, 35, "What is old?" It's the same question, but you get a different answer because it's perception. Is that a similar kind of adage you're going with?
Yeah, it's, you know, I'll give you a very, very quick example. I asked a client that started working with me beginning of December, why do you, I think she wants to lose, it was something like a 2 stone. Why do you want to lose 2 stone? To be slim. Well, why do you want to be slim? To fit into my old wardrobe. Why do you want to fit into your old wardrobe? That's the third why. Because I feel uncomfortable and self-conscious and low in my self-esteem in my current wardrobe. Why does it matter if you're low in self-confidence and low in self-esteem? I don't feel that I can do my job properly, and I don't feel that I'm showing up in my relationship. Why does it matter that you're not showing up in your relationship? What if he leaves me? We've gone from, I just want to lose 2 stone, to I'm concerned about the state of my marriage. Now, I'm not saying that everybody who needs to lose 2 stone is going to be concerned about that. It might end up being, I want to be a role model for my kids, or I want to feel better in front of the board at work. But you go from quite a superficial reason to a very deep and meaningful one just by asking why a few times. And that is a far greater motivator than just, I want to lose 2 stone, if that makes sense.
So do you combine all those answers then, or do you just go for the top answer, as it were? And it's all of those things, or is it when you get to the total you go, maybe that's more of the driving force than the others are?
You do look at everything as a combination, because we've all got different levels of motivation. We might want to get into our old wardrobe as well, so that we can go on holiday again in a swimsuit we used to have. We might want to get into our old wardrobe so that we don't have to spend money on new wardrobes. But you will find that different levels have different motivating driving forces. And the deeper you get, when it comes to how emotionally we feel, the deeper the driving force is going to be. And that's where the healthy mind, healthy body comes in. Because if we weren't scared or fearful of something, you know, in this particular person's case, fearful of the state of their marriage, then maybe they wouldn't treat themselves in such a way that has meant they've put on weight. So there's all sorts of things which create this sort of catch-22 cycle. And it's about using every single one in the most respectful and empathetic and compassionate way to understand it, so that we can then start to lose weight without focusing on losing weight.
So for you then, as a counselor, as a mentor, as a trainer, as a coach, all those sort of things combined, and you said that you like to eat food, what is your top driving force that drives you? Yes, I know you've got to set examples to your clients, and I know you've got to have the experience and the information behind in order to help other people. Otherwise, you'd be a bit vacuous, wouldn't it? But what is if you would ask yourself the same 5 questions, what I'm trying to get at is, do you apply the same rules to yourself in order to then get your clients to understand?
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, when I ask myself why several times, it actually comes down to wanting to be the mother to my kids that doesn't just work 24/7. So for me, you know, I have memories of childhood where both parents, you know, through no fault of their own, had to work an awful lot of hours. And I remember as an only child, not feeling that I had particular connection with a family because it was quite disparate. And for me, it's about creating a family unit that spends those weekends together, that spends that time together. In order to be able to do that, I need my business to function in a way that allows me to do that. And for my business to function in a way that allows me to do that, I need to espouse what I'm talking about. I can't just turn up and be sort of 5 stone heavier again. I need to actually show people that I walk the walk as well as talking the talk. So for me, when I dig back to why, it's that I want a family unit for my kids that maybe I didn't have growing up.
Okay, all right. Well, that's a powerful driving force. Okay, listen, Rita, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Give you another Happy New Year. I don't know at what point we stop saying Happy New Year, but there we go. Enjoy your day and good luck. We'll speak to you next week.
Happy New Year to you too.
And you take care. Yeah, I know. And be on your best behavior, all right?
I'll try.
That'll be a first. Bye. Ta-da.
Bye.